Hello everyone, I'm your educator Priyanka. My qualification is MSc, B.Ed and CSIR NET. Here I'm going to discuss a very important topic which comes under the sexual reproduction of flowering plant, and that is double fertilization. What is double fertilization? Let's see. Before understanding double fertilization, you should recall what is fertilization and how it happens in the flowering plant. All of you have heard the name of female gametophyte and embryo sac. What is female gametophyte? It forms inside the megaspore. If you don't know what is megaspore, what is female gametophyte, what is embryo sac, then first clear this in your mind, and you can check or watch my video Megasporogenesis in flowering plants. There I have explained very beautifully and very nicely. First you should clear in your mind the structure of female gametophyte. Then you will understand this topic. And you should also know what is the structure of pollen grain, and when pollen grain germinates, how many male gametes is going to form inside the pollen grain, because you will need that information here also. So you should understand these things before studying this topic, and I have made video on both the topic. First, when pollen lands on stigma, it germinates there and it will form pollen tube. Pollen tube penetrates style and reaches towards the ovary. Here it is going to penetrate through micropyle of the ovule. What is micropyle? What is chaliza? You should know very well, and if you don't know, please check that video. When pollen tube penetrates through the micropyle, it reaches to the female gamete or egg cell, which lies in between the synergids. What is synergid? Well, you should know. This fusion is called as syngamy, and it will form zygote, because here male and female gamete is fusing. This is called as syngamy and it will form zygote. But what about other male gamete? You should understand there are two male gametes inside the pollen tube. One male gamete is going to fertilize the female. But what is the function of other male gamete? What it will do? Let's see. Here, whatever I am explaining before is represented in this figure. Here pollen is germinating and pollen tube is going towards the embryo sac. Here male gamete is not represented, but you should keep in mind there are two male gametes inside one pollen grain. One male gamete is going to fuses with the egg cell and other is going to fuses with the polar nuclei. This is polar nuclei. How they will form, where they will form, you should understand. Polar nuclei first fuses together. Polar nuclei are two. First they fuse together and will form secondary nucleus, and then other male gamete from the pollen tube is going to fuse with the polar nuclei and will form primary endosperm nucleus. It means there are three nuclei which is going to fuse and is going to form primary endosperm nucleus. That's why it is called a triple fusion, and it is triploid or 3N. What is N? N is the number of chromosomes, haploid number of chromosomes present inside any organism. One number of chromosome of one type, it is haploid. What is diploid? Two number of chromosome for each type, that is 2N. It means every chromosome is going to have their pair. It will come in the pair. It is 2N. And what is 3N? Every type of chromosome will have 3n number or 3 in number, that is 3n. So here primary endosperm nucleus is 3n or triploid. And why it is called double fertilization? Students, this embryo sac, this mature embryo sac, inside one embryo sac there is two events of fertilization, one with egg cell and other with polar nuclei. That's why it is called a double fertilization. So I am sure now you don't have any confusion what is double fertilization, what is triple fusion. It is bigger confusion. No, you are not going to confuse anymore. The central cell means this cell is central cell. This is the picture with this showing here the whole female gametophyte or embryo cell, and this picture is after fertilization. So you can see zygote is 2n, primary endosperm nucleus, and this is primary endosperm cell, the one large cell in middle of this embryo sac is primary endosperm cell. And degenerating synergids, there is no role of synergids inside the zygote or endosperm. So synergids are degenerating, or it is disintegrating, or it is not, it doesn't have any function here, so they don't required here anymore. Degenerating antipodal cells, they are also not required, so they are degenerating. The central cell after triple fusion becomes the primary endosperm cell and develops into the endosperm. The central cell, this is central cell, why? Because it's the center of the embryo cell, and it will form primary endosperm cell and develops into the endosperm. Zygote develops into the embryo. This is zygote. It will form embryo. Zygote will form embryo, and this will form endosperm. Endosperm. Okay, now we are clear here. See, the fertilization is very important point in the life cycle of flowering plants. The stages or events which happens before fertilization is called as pre-fertilization events, and the process or events after fertilization comes in post-fertilization events. And what are, so you can recall here in your mind what are pre-fertilization stages, then you can connect this topic and you will able to connect all the things inside your mind very clearly. First you should recall here what are pre-fertilization stages, and those are formation of megaspore, formation of microspore, pollination, germination of pollen tube, that is pre-fertilization stages. What are post-fertilization? Formation of zygote, zygote will form embryo, embryo is formed seed, seed will mature inside the ovary, and ovary will form fruit. These are post-fertilization stages. And endosperm formation is also inside the embryo sac, is a post-fertilization stages. So these topics we will study further inside the heading, inside the most important heading, that is post-fertilization events. And first topic in the post-fertilization event is endosperm formation. Why endosperm formation is the first topic? Because endosperm gives nutrition to the embryo formation. It will give nutrition to the embryo, and the embryo will form from the zygote. When zygote start dividing and will form many cells, it would require a nutrition, energy, and from where it will attain energy from the endosperm. So endosperm should be there before formation of embryo inside the egg cell, inside the embryo cell. So it is the first process of in the post fertilization events, that is formation of endosperm. The primary endosperm cell divides rapidly and forms a endosperm tissue. Endosperm formation always complete before embryo development. Why? It's very clear, because embryo needs endosperm, and if it will not form before embryo formation, then from where and embryo is going to gain its energy. That's why it is formed before the formation of embryo. And it is written here also, because endosperm cells have food reserve which zygote uses during embryo formation. Primary endosperm nucleus, PEN, is represented as is the short form of primary endosperm nucleus. First, it divides by free nuclear division. Here, the division of primary endosperm nucleus, which is triploid or 3N, it will form many nuclei at once. It is not going to divide like the normal mitosis or meiosis. First, it will form many nuclei, that is free nuclear division. There is not going to formation of cell wall after one nuclear division. No, there is going to happen only free nuclear division, only nuclear division, and by that there is going to formation many nuclei at one time, and this is called as free nuclear endosperm tissue. For example, coconut water. Coconut water is the nothing other than free endosperm nuclei which we use to drink. After that, cell wall formation starts. For when all the nuclei have divided, the cell wall formation is start. For example, white kernel, which we eat from the coconut, that is white meat or white kernel, it is the endosperm tissue which forms after free nuclear division. Endosperm may either be completely consumed by the developing embryo. First endosperm will form, then zygote will start divide, and it will form from one cell zygote, it will form many cells, and it will form embryo. That embryo, when it will develop, it extracts nutrient from the endosperm, and some embryo can consume all the endosperm tissue, and some cannot consume all the endosperm. So in many seeds, endosperm is going to remain after seed maturation, but in some seed there is not any trace of endosperm. So on the basis of this quality, seeds are two types: albuminous seeds and non-albuminous seeds. Non-albuminous, here albumin is not right, it should be NOUS, albuminous. OU is missing the pea, groundnut and beans are non-albuminous seeds. It means all the endosperm is completely consumed by developing embryo, and in mature seed there is not any endosperm is present. If you see the seeds of pea, groundnut and beans which are non-albuminous, there is not any presence of endosperm tissue in the mature seed. They all consume in that process. But inside the castor and coconut, which are albuminous seeds, some amount of endosperm is remain inside the mature seed. It means all the endosperm tissue is not going to consumed by the developing embryo. So this is the today's topic. Here my today's topic was double fertilization and triple feed. I hope all of you have understand it clearly. Let's see some MCQ which will help in clear your doubts. How many male gametes are present inside pollen tube before fertilization? If you don't know, if you know, it's very good. If you don't know, first go see structure of pollen grain and how they will form male gamete and how many. It's 2. Number is 2. Double fertilization generally occurs in the double fertilization, very important phenomena. It is not found in every plant, every type of means. There are many types of plants. All of you must have known algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms, angiosperm. Here we are reading it's inside the angiosperm, that is flowering plants, and it only occurs in angiosperm only or generally. In some exceptions are found in gymnosperm. It is found in some very primitive type, but the most important plants are angiosperm, where double fertilization is very important part of their life cycle. So answer is angiosperm. What is the ploidy level of endosperm? So if you can recall, it is 3N. How? 2 polar nuclei, 1 male gamete. All of 3 nuclei fuses and form 3N endosperm. What is the function of endosperm tissue? You should know. It provides nutrition to seeds. No, not seeds. It provides nutrition to embryo. You should always keep in mind, if there is seed and embryo, you should tick the provide nutrition to embryo. Provide nutrition to embryo. Endosperm formation occurs when it occurs before double fertilization, after embryo formation, before embryo formation, and before seed germination. Before embryo formation, endosperm formation occurs before embryo. Why? Because embryo needs endosperm. So it was my today's topic, and for more interesting topics of botany or biology or NEET or BSc, you should subscribe my channel and watch my video and like my video. For today, thank you and bye.